Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Delaney. And today's Fashion Friday video is going to be 2026 spring fashion trends. So I do quarterly fashion trend videos every single year, and these are some of my favorite videos to make. It's such a good way to like get inspired, have a pulse on what's going on, and just get excited for like the season that we are about to embark on and that is just starting. I just love that feeling of like freshness and transition and change and everything. So I love making these videos. As always with these videos, the way that I gather the information and the research for it is from reading a bunch of publications. So I love reading Harper's Bazaar, Marie Claire, Vogue, anything like that. And then of course also social media, so seeing what is trending on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube is a huge source of collecting this information, I would say. Seeing things in real life is also a place that I kind of like absorb these thoughts from. And also when I'm online shopping, I really pay attention to like what the retailers are all putting on their site, because I feel like that is dictating so much of like what the trends are. So if I'm seeing something constantly on different websites, I'm like, that is for sure happening. That is for sure something that I keep seeing. So it's obviously trending. But as always, this is just like a compilation of trends that I've been drawn to and that I've seen a lot of, but by no means is it like a comprehensive list. There's tons of things that are otherwise trending as well that I may have missed. And yeah, this is just here to serve a purpose of inspiration and fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, the first trend that I want to talk about is lace detailing, lace scarves. This is something that I have seen so much, and I think that it's perfect for spring. I don't think it fits a season better than it fits spring. So what I'm talking about is like the lace scarf tied around the waist or on the head, like a countryside vibe, if you will. The little lace details coming out of the rain boots. So this is like a very sort of girly, frilly, but it can also be done in a very cool girl, edgy way, I would say, as well, like a more urban city feel. It can go kind of both, which I really like, but I just think this like use of lace in a more detailed, accessorizing way is what I'm seeing a ton of. Even like a lace tote bag, kind of like a, you know, like you just bring it to the farmer's market or something, just like an over-the-shoulder tote bag. I've seen those. So it's just this like new accessorizing way to use lace, I would say, is what I'm seeing so much. Okay, the next one is something that I've seen so much while shopping, so I know that it's for sure happening in the retail space, and that is the cigarette style jean. So this is a more like tapered fitted jean than a baggy jean or a wide leg jean, but it's not quite a skinny jean, which I feel like is a relief to a lot of people, because I think that skinny jeans are really hard to style actually. They feel so trapped in a certain time period that feels like out of touch with the modern styles at this point. You know, there's been moments here and there where skinny jeans were really having a resurgence in the past couple of months and seasons, but I feel like the cigarette jean is a much more favorable, wearable style that does get a little bit skinnier and a little bit tighter fitted, but it's not as crazy as a skinny jean. I think a cigarette jean is also like so classic, so timeless. It looks really chic, really put together, and there's so many great like variations of them. I really like a pair from Reformation, but I've seen a ton on Shopbop, and I don't know, I think that the cigarette is the jean right now. I also forgot to mention this earlier in the disclaimer part, but with the trend videos, it's also not that like anyone has to go out and buy these trends. You have things in your closet that already work for these trends. That's perfect, that's all you need. You can also thrift things, you can also skip trends. Like nobody has to partake in any of these things. So I never want it to be like, this is what's trending and everybody needs to go get these things. The next one is something that I think actually goes really well with the previous trend of the cigarette jeans, and that is a high Vamp heel or shoe. I actually didn't know that this was like what this part of the shoe is called, but basically like from the toe up on the top of your foot is called the Vamp. or is called a Vamp, and a like longer high part of that is trending. So I've seen this a ton on like pumps and heels or just like a flat, but I really like the look of this. I think it's so chic. It gives me like an 80s, 90ish vibe, which I always love. And I think that like a pump version of that is gonna look so cool with a cigarette jean with like a button up tucked into the jeans, or I don't know. I just think this high Vamp shoe is really speaking to me. I really like it. And I thought it was fun to like learn a little bit more about the structure of a shoe too and get some new fashion vocabulary. So yeah, the Vamp. Next trend is an animal print trend, which if you guys know me, if you've watched my channel, animal print is like my favorite thing ever. We actually just had these chairs reupholstered in this tiger print that I'm obsessed with. But I love animal print, like literally all of them and any of them. And for this season particularly, I have seen so much Dalmatian print and Bambi print. I think that those are like the two predominant and like fun and standout animal prints that are happening right now. I think the Dalmatian particularly stems from the new Chanel collection that's coming out. I forget what it's called, but there is like this viral picture of one of the bags that's in Dalmatian print, and it's so good. It's so cool. I've also seen this print in shoes a lot. I do feel like animal print is great in accessories because it's like a smaller space to take up because it can be a lot. I would wear head to toe animal print, but if you don't feel like doing that, it's so good to like throw in as an accessory, and you can wear it with like so many different looks. So loving the Dalmatian, also the Bambi print, like the deer print, I just think is so cute. I've seen a lot of that, a lot more of that. And I love all animal print in home decor too. We actually have the Bambi print on our stairs, and I love that. It's just so good. Another accessory trend that I've seen a lot of is tassels. So especially in long necklaces, and particularly just in jewelry, I would say is where I've seen it the most. But just consistently when shopping and going on Pinterest and everything, seeing these like long rope style necklaces with a tassel detail as like the pendant, and they're super chic. They're like very, I don't know, effortless, art teacher, cool. So really liking those. I've seen a few like earring renditions as well, but for the most part, it's these really long necklaces that I've seen. And like, I know it sounds weird and probably doesn't even make that much sense, but for some reason, I feel like that looks really chic being like smaller chested. But then if you're like fuller chested, having this like really long necklace, it's gonna go like split between. I feel like I'm gonna not like that on myself. I'm just like envisioning it. I don't have a necklace like that, but I've been wanting to get one. I'm like, you know, I could see myself actually not liking the way that this is laying on me. That's just my intrusive thought of the day. I thought I would share it with you guys. Okay, a jacket trend that has been trending and continues to do so is the funnel neck. So like what I'm wearing right now, this isn't like a super dramatic one or anything, but yeah, basically just like a structured higher neck. See this a lot in sweaters, jackets. It's just taken over the scene in the past couple of months, I would say, and I love it. It's so chic, it's so good. I love the like simple statement that it's making, and there's so many different versions of this. Like trench coat is stunning with a funnel neck. This is like a little suede cropped version. I also have like windbreakers, more sporty ones, and like I said, sweaters that are like this. So there's so many different variations that you can do with this, and I do think that it's like very fitting for spring, especially with like the trench coat and just like the chic. I feel like spring is very chic time of year. It's very chic season to me. Next trend that I've seen a lot while shopping and been really inspired by myself is balloon pants. So I'm loving these because of the like flowiness and the volume. Also with like body type dressing and everything, I like things that have a lot of volume usually on the bottom to kind of like balance out proportions being like fuller chested. So I am really into the balloon pant. I don't have a pair necessarily. I mean, I have some like really baggy pants that are more like barrel-y, but I don't necessarily have like a really good balloon pant. I'm gonna get one and see if I do like it as much as I think I will. I really enjoyed seeing them on all the websites and styled and everything. I think that they're super chic and effortless. They give this like European getaway vibe to me, and I think there's tons of different ways to style them, like with the long tassel necklace. so good. And it's just like a loose tank or something. I feel like that's gonna be everything with a pair of sandals this spring. Which brings me to my next trend, which is wedge sandals. So I feel like this is something else that I've seen so much while online shopping. I just noticed that every like heeled sandal is a wedge right now. It's not like a block heel or a stiletto or anything. I'm like, everything is a wedge. And I actually really like that because I am not the biggest heel girl myself. I always feel like awkward in heels. I didn't grow up in them or like around anyone growing up that wore them a lot. So I just feel like that they're like uncharted territory for me kind of. And a wedge is just something that I feel like a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more myself in, and I can just like navigate better in it, I guess. My hat goes off to all the people who genuinely like love wearing heels and just rock them and feel super comfortable in them. I just never have, but a wedge I can get a little more down with. A boot, a heeled boot is my favorite style of heel. I feel really comfortable in those, but a wedge is second best, so I'm here for it. I actually just ordered a pair from Schutz that are like a animal print. I think they're tiger print wedge sandal, which I'm very excited to wear this spring and summer. Okay, next we have another accessory trend, which is like the huge bug-eyed glasses. I think that's what they were calling them on, I don't remember where I was reading about it, but really big glasses. So I love this because it's very like retro feeling. I think it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like 60s, 70s, or maybe even like 2000s-ish. There's definitely like a retro feel to this, and it just looks so cool. There's like a Celine pair that I have in mind that I really love. They're like a rounded shield, you know? They're covering like so much of the face and the eye. They have like round curves. They're really bold and they make a statement, but they look super chic still. So big glasses are in. I still love small glasses too, and I think that those are in as well, but I've seen like so much on Pinterest and social media, Instagram, everything, these like really big kind of buggy glasses, and I think they're sick. Okay, the next one that I've seen so much on social media and also read about in some of the publications is these like closures on jackets. So like frog closures, toggles, hook and eye, like military style jackets. So this is so chic and so cool. I'm obsessed with this, and particularly like the frog eye closure. This is something that originated, I was like doing my research on it and like the history of it. So the frog closures originated in China like thousands of years ago, and they're actually rooted in like Chinese knotting. So it's so beautiful. Like the craftsmanship of this is stunning, but it's also like very functional, used as a closure. And it's super cool that it's like so old from Chinese culture. I read that it was transitioned into like European culture, particularly military uniforms. That's why like the military style jacket is also trending, and it's very similar to that in I think like the 17th or 18th century or something. So it became like more of a common thing in Western culture as well, but it dates super far back into the Chinese culture, and I just think that it's so cool that this comes from like the knotting, and I don't know, just so beautiful, really elevates a look. And like all the toggles and the hook and eye, everything, these are just so fun for like a jacket, a sweater, a top. They all look amazing and just like elevate it so much more. So I've seen a ton of that, and this is also a great place to like thrift something like this. I've seen on Depop some like really good pieces that fit this style. Okay, and last but not least is fringe. So I've seen so much fringe, particularly like fringe details on satin pieces, and even more particularly on scarves. So like a long, like skinny neck scarf with fringe at the bottom, and it's like a satin scarf. So chic and so stunning. This is also a great piece to use the scarf to tie around the hip, like over a skirt or a pair of denim or trousers or whatever. Or you can wear it, you know, like as a shawl. You can wear it as just a true neck scarf. There's so many different ways to style this. I love this trend, and I'm seeing a ton of it. So that's everything that I have rounded up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And as always, I appreciate you being here and watching. Let me know what your favorite trends are, what you're inspired by, and I'll see you guys next time.